Feelings overflow. I don't really know what to, cause I'm a restless soul. Oh, here we go. Feelings overflow. I don't know where to go. Yeah, I'm a hopeless soul. Oh, here we go. Feelings overflow. I don't really know what to, cause I'm a restless soul. Oh, here we go. Feelings overflow. I don't know where to go.
I know that I just met you, but you look. Oh, girl, you blow my mind. I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. You ain't the one to blame. Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me. But I just wanna see.
Shout out to my next ex-wife. What's going on to all the future baby mamas of the world? You know who you are, girl. Get that folic acid in your diet. Make sure you don't have one of them big head little rascals coming out though. Woo! Come on. Come on. Friday night, we're about to get crunk. If it's good enough for Beyonce, it's got to be good enough for you too. The Beyonce standard. What the hell is he talking about tonight? Oh, shit. Time to talk that good stuff. Keep on talking to me. Where are my PhDs at?
I'm a PhD.
Shout out to all the dog moms. Oh, I can't stand him. But he damn sure looks good in that suit. Oh, I hate him and I love him at the same time. I know. Look who's mad. What else they say? I know you're mad, but it's not my fault. I know you're mad. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. Hey! Man, what a fun day it's gonna be.
I cannot say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good.
Big Shirley. If y'all don't get these likes up, look at 3,000 people, only 1,100 likes. Hit the like button.
No need to say where we are heading now, baby.
In the chat room.
I follow to the edge of
Age. City. Gender. Let's get it. Come on. Tell them good lies. This guy don't know what he's talking about. Okay. What's your husband got to say on that? If he knew everything, why is he divorced? Because at least I can get married. What about you? Oh, they're going to be mad at me. Be mad at me. But I don't care. Because it is like medicine. The stuff that tastes the worst tends to be the best. How many of you ladies got on your Peloton bike today? You riding that Peloton? You burning more calories than you taking in? 36, 24, 36. Hey. None of this going on. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That'll work for Pookie and Nug Nug them. Lil Daryl. That'll for the workout there. But it ain't gonna work for the men who are on their P's and Q's. Got their money right. Got their mind right. Got their body right. Getting the game going. And that's why folks is pissed to the highest of festivity. We are back. Oh, we're going to have some good time tonight. Shout out to all the CIA, the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the FBI, the feminine, beautiful, and inspirational ladies. What's going on to all the future baby mamas in the house? You know, the women who can't get a wedding ring. Count over here. You can stomp on with Brandy with the baby mamas, but over here, I want to talk to the women who realize you get in life what you negotiate. But where are my manners? Let's do some housekeeping. First off, hit the mother French toast like button. The like or dislike, keep the engagement up over 50%. Right now, it's under, just a shade. But when at any time, if I look over and it's under 50%, you know what's going to happen. What's going to happen, you're going to get the intermission song, and it's going to sound a little something like this. And if you don't want that rock song to come blaring through in your ears real loud on Friday while you're trying to get nice and lightly toasted, because I know it's Friday night and you sitting up at home by yourself. You ain't been to Ruth Chris Foco de Child. You have not been to American, because you haven't had, Snapper for two in a while. No one sent an Uber or a Lyft to pick you up to bring you to the restaurant. You are, living on Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. I get it. And you're trying to ask yourself, what is wrong with me? I got a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
I got a dog. I got a nice Brazilian down in my back. I work out like once or twice a month. I mean, what the hell? What is going on? Well, your godfather is here to answer some of your questions. Why can I answer the questions? Because look in the chat room. Look on the channel. Ladies, what's missing from the conversation you've been having for the longest is men. You can talk to your girlfriends and your guy friends, but you can't. You need these guys. And I only deal with guys that are trying to be in the top 20%, top 10% of men. I'm not trying to deal with all men. I'm trying to deal with men who are working 60 hours a week minimum, who are making 3 times their age, who understand that you got to be able to pay 100% of the bills to talk 100% of the shit. So miss me with all the, everybody's not over here and you've been this over here. Your former president was divorced like 18 times. Steve Harvey been married like 12 times. But you know what? When you got millions, you can do that. So unless you are out earning the guys over here, unless you are outperforming on the wood, shut your mouth, open your ears, because this is going to be an important broadcast. But let's get into it. The candle of the evening is none other than my favorite Lalabo, Laurier 62. Yes, doctor. You love it. I know it smells good. Go ahead and light that candle. While you go ahead and take that folic acid, get that uterine health already. Oh, inside joke. And fragrance of the evening, it's from Kimmy, and it's called Arum. Shout out to my friend at Beverly Hills Perfumery where I picked this up. This stuff smells like oud and sexy strawberry quick. Hell yeah. We're going to leave that out of the box. Leave that right there so it can stay in the shot. All right. Now, here's the question. Let's go over to IG. I asked the question on my community tab where I ask lots of questions. Well, first of all, I've been asking this question to you. Ladies, if you've got that look, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. Does that come through? Looking for influencers or models. If you've got that look, DM me. But hey, that's something else. But let's go over to IG. All right. And the question is, would you, ladies only, would you date a man for years? See him exclusively? Would you visibly and publicly support him in his endeavors? Would you evolve your persona and image around him? Sing his praises, all before getting married? And then would you bear his children and rapidly get back into shape? Remain classy and faithful even with alleged cheating. Willingly give him 100% access to every dime you've ever earned, all the while maintaining a beautiful smile, a great figure, and attitude. Yes or no? Ask the same questions on. I asked the same questions on YouTube as well. Ask the same question on YouTube as well. So in the chat room, ladies, let everybody know what you would or would not do. Ladies only. On YouTube, I asked the same question. And you look a whopping 74% of women, 3 out of 4. Coincidentally, the same 3 that will never get married. 1 in 4 black women can assume to be married, roughly 26%. Look at that. 26% of women, presumably black women, said yes. You see that 74%? That's these. Those are the ones that are going to die alone. Die alone. And that triggers a lot of people. 801 responses. 801 responses. Shao Proper says, just reading the question had me all these women about to be triggered. Yep. If you go to Instagram or YouTube, the answers pretty much mirror each other. Pretty much mirror everything. Go back and what's really interesting is a lot of women, they were so triggered they couldn't even, they spitting out wine and season up over there. They couldn't even type straight. Just all triggered. Just pissed to the highest of pistivity. Well, somebody said something in one of the comment sections I can't get right to, but it said, judging by the sheer amount of no's in here, lets me understand as a man why these women will die alone. Yep, that's what it said. Judging by there's one woman that came in here and she tried to, as many women will come in and do, tried to go in and answer, instead of just answering yes or no, she went in and answered each question individually and rewrote it with your single ass. Yep. So, guys, go back and read this. Go back and read all of this. It's all up there. And that's the ultimate point. Die alone. Well, why is this important? What kind of French toast question is this to ask any strong, successful, independent, intelligent woman? What woman in the world who knows anything about herself and loves herself will be willing to subject herself to this? What woman would be stupid enough to accept those terms? Anybody? Hello? Anybody? This is what they're asking. What woman will be stupid enough to accept those terms? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I want to, did we not? I'm looking at the engagement. I'm looking at what? What woman would be stupid enough to accept that? You must be a special kind of idiot to sit back and think a woman should accept that kind of treatment from a man. Let me go ahead and just get let's get the candlelight. We're gonna need to go by candlelight. Turn out the lights. Let's take it down a little bit. Take it down a little bit. And I need you ladies to ask yourself a question. What would you think of any woman who would accept that kind of treatment and stuff from a man. What kind of man must this guy be? What kind of woman would accept that treatment from a man, and what kind of man must that be? Well, I'll tell you one that comes to mind right now. That one right there. Beyonce did it. Beyonce, Queen Bee, the woman who was ranked People's Most Beautiful Woman in the World in 2012, and the second most beautiful woman in the world in 2018 or 2020. Queen Bee. That's who did it. Yes, the queen of the beehive, the most popular woman worldwide. That's what she did. At a young age, a young Beyonce got with Jay-Z, rumored right about 2 years after her 18th birthday. And they were together 7 years. Go back and look at Beyonce's Destiny's Child up until the point where she starts being rumored with Jay-Z. The Crazy in Love days right here. The Bonnie and Clyde. Every time you saw Beyonce, she was moving in a different way. Tell me about all the men that can tell you about how they bent Beyonce over and hit her from the back. Tell me about all the men that can tell you they've been up, that Beyonce, you have not heard anything about men other than Jay-Z being with her. If it's good enough for Beyonce, arguably Beyonce is an 8. But she's in great shape. She's a talented woman. She's a successful woman. She's extremely talented, extremely successful, great business mind, international brand. And if it's good enough for a woman with that kind of accolade, that kind of stuff to bring to the table, if you can't match Beyonce, you can't do less than Beyonce if you want a high value man. Because Beyonce decided that she wanted Jay-Z. Jay-Z was big pimp and spinning cheese. And granted, he went from big pimp and spinning cheese to stop that Big Papa thing, and he started becoming more Sean Carter, but he's still Jigga. He stopped talking about, being on the yachts with all the women, but he was still. And every time you saw Jay-Z doing something, there's Beyonce dancing around on her man. Oh, let's go through it. What was Beyonce doing? What was Beyonce doing? Oh, Beyonce was dating her man for years. Well, if it's good enough for Beyonce, she didn't get an engagement ring in 6 months. Young Beyonce with everything in front of her. She decided to date this man for years. Why? Because she had to show her worth to him. She had to show her worth to him. Hashtag show your worth. Ladies, I said it on Instagram. I'm going to say it again. You're going to have to learn how to show your worth to the kind of men you say you want. Hashtag. In 2019, it was show your work. Show your work. 2019 and 2020 was show your work. Now, ladies, it's your turn. Show your worth. Beyonce decided early on, that's who I wanted. She set her sights on the game and she beat out the competition. She saw him exclusively. Visibly and publicly, she was supporting him and his endeavors. Jay-Z does a video, Beyonce dancing in the video. Go back and look at the history. Go back and look at the history. She evolved her persona. All the single ladies are independent. I need a soldier. All that stuff, that was songs. But she evolved her personality around being his Clyde, his Bonnie. He was her Clyde. It was never a thought that Beyonce was talking about somebody other than Jay-Z. Even when she was talking about needing a soldier, she needed her man. Sing his praises. Anytime she talked, when they went public, you couldn't keep her man. When they went public, you couldn't keep her from talking about how great and wonderful he was. And they did all this before getting married. and she had millions, and you worried about a funky $100,000, you better get out of here. You worried about a little petty law degree? If you ain't got Beyonce money, I don't want to hear you talking about what a man needs to prove and show to you. She got more money in a year than you'll have in a lifetime. So especially if you ain't a 6-figure woman, if you ain't in that 4% to 6 figures, you ain't got schniznit to talk about. Your little hairstylist and all this other CNA nurse, all that other stuff, thinking you need a 6-figure high value man. Oh, we're going to get into it tonight. Because one of the most visible, most desired women on the planet moved in the correct way. When she set her sights on a man that she wanted. And there's no way in the hell if you got to ask yourself, have you moved like Beyonce for your Jay-Z's? Because every woman tries to come around and act like, well, I would do that for Jay-Z. Jay-Z was a rapper, but he was nowhere a billionaire by that time. He was not there. He was a rapper, but he was not stinking rich. Him and Dame Dash were around the same area. They was still hustling. Oh, y'all gonna be mad at me. Oh, y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all think I was kidding? Get the likes up, because I'll keep playing this song over and over and over. Got almost 9,000 people in here. Should have over 4,500 likes. Y'all want to keep doing this? I mean, I don't understand why we got to keep doing that, but every time I will stop the show every time. So a lot of ladies are triggered. But what you can't do is you can't argue that a woman has millions, multi-millions, a bigger brand, more to lose than you ever would lose, did all this before they got married, before there was even the promise of a marriage. 7 years, she showed her worth. And then afterwards, she bore his children and rapidly got back into shape. None of this, I'm just, I'm big boned. None of that. She stayed in shape because she had a brand, but more importantly, what do you think? If she still wasn't Queen Bee, she wasn't doing concerts or whatever, you think that the way that woman was moving, she wouldn't have got back into shape for her husband? No, she got back into shape for her husband. You can say what you want, but you cannot look over the 7 years she put in before the marriage. And even when the allegations, and here's the thing, we got to say allegations because you don't know, of cheating and unfaithfulness, even outside kids came along, she still remained classy. Matter of fact, the only reason or the main reason so many of us know anything about their relationship is because of her ratchet sister. Solange is the reason we know about Jay-Z and Beyonce's issues, because Beyonce was smart enough, woman enough to keep her mouth closed. But her ratchet baby mama sister, acting like far too many women today, got in the elevator, not remembering that this is Jay-Z and this is Beyonce, the modern day Bonnie and Clyde, $1 billion couple. You're always being filmed. No, she got in the elevator and she let her sister girl diva energy get the better of her and start going off on Jay-Z, hitting him on the camera. And you wonder why Beyonce didn't move? Because Beyonce did exactly what she needed to do. She stayed classy, saying, I got to act like there's a camera on me at all times. And she was right, there was. And Jay-Z did the same thing because it was bigger than him or her. Solange is in that 74% of women who would have said, no, I wouldn't do all that. That's why. Matter of fact, the main reason we know about all this stuff is because of this Solange acted a fool. Then the stuff with Rachel Ray and all this other stuff came out, but it was never completely confirmed. And what do you think happened? She stayed classy, and her husband said, okay, it's out now. What are we going to do? You know what? It's out. Let's use this. You go ahead and make lemonade. I'll take the dish out the track and we'll make $10 million off of it. So thank you, Solange. You gave them about $10 million. Beyonce was able to gain sister girl power with her fans. Jay-Z got a slap on the hand. And they stomping on down into the Louvre in Paris. And Solange is somewhere ordering some Krispy Kreme donuts somewhere. Because Beyonce is still with her man. Because life ain't perfect. So when you ladies come up calling in, talking about he cheated on me and I left my marriage because he cheated on me, I'm sitting there looking at if it's good enough for Beyonce. That's what I'm honestly thinking a lot of the times. You ain't half as fine as Beyonce, ain't got nearly what she got. And if she could stay embarrassed in front of everybody, you think I'm going to say what? So to when all you ladies, the way he tells women to go back to their marriage and all this other kind of stuff, French toast you. Exactly. Ain't nobody on YouTube that I've run across got anything close to what Beyonce does. And if it was good enough for Beyonce, willing to give him 100% access to every dime she's ever earned, her brand and everything. Played the helpmate to the T. And do all this with a smile, a great figure, and an attitude. Many of you ladies want high value men, but you are like Solange. Before or after the baby. Many of you feel like you deserve a high value man, and you're running around like Solange. Versus Beyonce knows that the songs I make are for the streets. I'm going to make the market. I'm going to tell them to be independent. I need a soldier, but I'm going to sit my ass down over here with my husband after I leave the recording booth because this is what matters. When trouble or issues come up, I'm going to sit back on the vows that I have, and I'm going to play my role as the wife the way it needs to be played. And for so many of you ladies who think Beyonce is just the shit, why don't y'all act like her? Why don't you follow her example? For all you ladies who think Beyonce is the ish, why don't you act like her, dress like her, smile like her, fit like her, treat your man like her? Oh. So if it was good enough for Beyonce, why ain't it good enough for you? So when I asked that question, like I said, 74% of women said, no, thank you. I would not do all that. Okay. Well then, what's your plan? What's your plan? Because I was talking on Instagram last night and I ran the numbers and I said, roughly, let me give you the numbers. I said, roughly, especially if you're a black woman and you want a man making six figures, you're roughly talking about less than 200,000 men. You're talking about roughly 2% of black men. 20 million, 40 million black folks, 20 million men, 20 million women. 20 million men. If you just say six figures or more, 8% of black men. So that goes down to 1.6 million. If you say half of those men are marrying age, and that's being liberal, that goes down to 800,000. Right? 800,000 men being of marrying age. And then you have to keep dividing for marital status, sexual orientation. And it comes down to roughly less than 250,000 black men total, that roughly 7.5 million, almost 8 million black women are targeting, not including other women. High value men are always rare. So when I told a woman, I asked her, well, there's still hope. There's still hope. I'm going to upload the video. A lot of you women think like 30, 40, 50% of these men are out there. No, it's like 2%. 2%. So when you get one, guess what you're going to have to do to keep them? And I'll be honest, a lot of the attitudes and things I hear from women here, when I talk to men who I know fit this category, when they contact me, they're like, there's no way in God's green earth that woman could expect to have a man that's a 7-figure guy, a millionaire. See, we're talking six figures. That's 120,000. When we start talking about 500,000, $1 million a year, a couple of million, 10 million, these guys are not playing with y'all. They're not playing with you. So you can believe the hype if you want to. You can believe the hype if you want to, but we're going to get into it. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go to the phone lines and let's see how many women are willing to do what Beyonce did. And she did, like I said, and Beyonce did all of that for 7 years before there was ever a wedding. Yep, she put in her time. She put in her work. She did her job. She showed her worth. But you want that kind of outcome, but you don't want to do what Beyonce did. Okay, cool. You know what? No, we need to do something different for this one. You don't want to do what Beyonce did. What did Beyonce do? You know what Beyonce did?
What you gonna do when highlight catch an attitude? Drop to the knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, chick. This song right here is for all the fellas out there taking care of business and making that money to provide for their ladies, provide for their family, and to all the ladies out there.
That's what Beyonce
Fellas
did.
gonna need a little bit more than a big piece of chicken.
Fellas,
If you got a
put 'em up.
and you want for nothing, and you want to keep that man, you need to learn how to check that attitude. You need to show some appreciation. You need to show some respect. Girl, all my fellas, tell your ladies. Bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Kiss the ring,
kiss the ring.
Bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Pay homage to the king in your life. Wisdom and security, I give that. Devotion and honesty, I show that. Passion and love, you feel that? Bow down, girl, you need to show some respect. Obedience and loyalty, I need that. Friendship and trust, I've earned that. Gratitude, appreciation, I deserve that. Bow down, pay homage to the king in your life. Baby girl, what's the deal? Got no time for freaking girl, you're acting mad. Never want for nothing cause I'm paying the bills. Sleeping all day, the house is filthy. No
meals.
Come on, girl, give me some feedback. Let me know what's good, what's up. Where's your head at? Giving me attitude, not today, girl. Dead that. Strip off them clothes, I'm
Kiss
tryna
the
beat
ring,
that.
kiss the ring.
You're really saying not tonight. Not tonight. My blood is boiling hot, girl. You're getting me tight. Aw, man.
To the right, to the right.
Don't let that door hit your ass when you leave. You talking like you hot, you not.
You're not.
Shorty, I know dime pieces, trust me, you not.
You not.
I can get a next chick, next one. Like Gucci said,
In the next 15 minutes.
You ain't special, don't be foolish. Running around town like you rich, no,
I'm rich.
Without me, you wouldn't even have that. I'm Scrooge with that money. Hold my top hat. Park Avenue lifestyle, you love it. You're
Talk
acting
that
out of
shit,
order,
fellas.
and now you're gonna lose it.
If you can pay the price.
Love with me and love with me. You wanna be my wifey, be my wifey. That's looking pretty bleak, unlikely. You should've paid homage, girl. You fucked up, can't do it no more. I'm done. I'm fed up. Game over, clock ran out. Girl, your time's up. Get your things, have a nice life. Keep your head up like Shaq and Kobe was a good team. But now we broke up. Should've bowed to me, kneel
Kneel to me, kneel for me.
Kiss the ring,
kiss the ring.
Bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Pay homage to the king in your life.
He's supposed to bow down to happy wife, happy life. They're supposed to, they owe you.
You feel that?
They owe you. Right. Y'all got it confused.
Friendship and trust, I've earned that. Gratitude, appreciation, I deserve that. Bow down, pay homage to the king in your life. Come on, girl, you know you love it. Stop tripping in front and no shame to do it. All I do for you, bow down, kiss that. Pucker up, girl, you need to show some respect. Come on, girl, you know you love it. Stop tripping in front and no shame to do it. All I do for you, girl, you know you better kiss that. Bow down, pay homage to the king in your life. Come on, you know you love it. Come on, you know you love it. What you gonna do when highlight catch an attitude? Drop to them knees and show gratitude. Come on, you know you love it. Come on,
You know how many women are offended right now?
what you gonna do when
I mean,
highlight catch
seriously
an
offended
attitude?
right
Drop
now.
to the knees and show gratitude.
They think
Kiss my
that
ring, chick.
what you're asking is just like sacrilegious. I mean, think about how many women are just literally livid right now. I mean, beyond angry. They're like, how in the world can you expect a woman to do all of that? Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. But the women who end up getting their men, getting their men, staying married to their men, keeping those quote unquote high value men, how do you ladies think they move? They don't move like you. They don't move like you 74% of women who said there was no way in hell I would do any of that. That's fine. They don't move like you. That's why they get different outcomes. I've been trying to explain this to you ladies for the longest, but you're not getting it. So I'm using an example that you all understand. So maybe you're willing to understand that what a woman who has more than you, a woman who has visibly has more than you, more to lose, understands that she has more to gain by being on team with somebody. She understands she has more to gain by being with somebody. She gets it. Do you get it though? Don't ask to join in if you're not gonna jump on. I don't go online with men. So if you're a guy, you're not going to get online. That's all it comes down to. When I do a show for men, it will be men only. Moderators, put the link in the chat room. You're going to have to either get on the camera or I'm going to have to bid you a good evening. Goodbye. When you're on IG, if you're not on the camera, you're not going to get on. You're on IG, man. Uh-huh. So let's do it. Let's get it, ladies. So remember how this goes. Don't overtalk me. I won't overtalk you. first. Alexis, go ahead. Moderators drop the link.
I'm excited. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Good. I need you to turn off all the background noise and.
Oh, sure, I got you. Okay.
All right. What do you got for me?
I love this topic. Oh my goodness. I just want to say, okay, so I just left the gym. And this topic.
First off, how old are you? How old are you?
24.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I just want to put like my 2 cents in. Literally,
Are you willing to do what? Here's the thing. Are you willing to do what
definitely.
Beyonce?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start off like that. Sorry.
All right. I get you excited. Thank you. I'm running the show.
All right.
Are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not. But
when was your last relationship?
Last year, May. It ended last year.
How long did it last?
3 years.
Why aren't you guys still together?
I feel like I wasn't myself.
Who ended it?
I did.
Why?
Physical.
What do you mean physical?
Like put his hands on me.
Okay.
Yeah. So
was it mutual combat? Did you put your mouth on him? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Oftentimes women will come in and say physical stuff, and men are supposed to just back down and say nothing. I don't do that. And I realized that I have personally been with someone who was verbally violent.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get real. Were you ever violent with him too?
I feel like I always try to come in love, but maybe my words just don't come out right.
That's not that. No, that's the answer.
Not good enough. Not good enough. Okay.
Right. Were you verbally violent?
No. I didn't cuss at him or like try to demean him in any way.
Okay. You don't have to curse, but okay.
Yeah, okay.
But go ahead.
So I really like this topic only because I feel like someone is trying to like tell me like just be the best version of yourself right now. Like just do what you got to do. And I see that because he bought me this Apple Watch for Christmas because I lost mine before. Oh, go ahead.
All right. You need to shorten it up.
Okay, sorry, I'm talking.
So I mean, so I get.
But no, this topic is great because we really do. Like, what do we expect? Like, you just expect to just be any type of way. And in the women community, it's like pick me. But like, no, that's not really pick me vibes. That's more of can you be the best version of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that.
How are you? Thank you. Can you guys hear IG? Hold on, I want to make sure people can hear you on Instagram. So let me see. I want to make. Well, on YouTube, I'm talking about if it's good enough for Beyonce. And I asked a series of questions on YouTube, and a lot of women got upset. Thank you. Can you guys hear? Hold on. I want to make sure. So go ahead and say something. You on Instagram. Can you say something? Yeah. They can't hear you. I'm listening to you. They can't hear you. Listen, hey, they can't hear you, but go ahead. So what's the topic on that? What's the topic on IG? Are you willing to do what Beyonce did for Jay-Z to get you a husband?
What did she do?
What did she do? She put up with a lot of shit. What? No. He wasn't. No. He wealthy. They were equally yoked. He was making just about the same amount of money she was making. So that means, are you wealthy? Huh? In my eyes, I'm stable. Okay, well, that's my point. Beyonce. Let me explain to you what Beyonce did. Let me see how. I'm trying to do something different, guys. I'm trying to do something different. Yeah, we got that going back in there.
So my thing is, yes, I would probably do what Beyonce did.
Yeah. We got to get that over there straightened out. Can't hear? All right. Don't worry about it. We'll get it straight. All right, we'll do Instagram a little bit later. That's not going to come through. Here's the thing. Oh, you can't hear me. Can you guys hear now? All right, ladies, let's go. Alexis got out. She had her thing she's had to say. To the right, to the right. Ladies, if you're not willing to do what a woman with more than you are willing to do, yeah. Can you guys hear me? Yep, they can hear me now. All right, so let's go. Next lady. If you want to get on, you need to make sure your camera's on. Turn your camera on to get priority. Nope, you're in all dark. I'm not going to let you. All dark in the background. No, thank you. Veronica. You're not willing to do a woman with more than you are willing to do. I'm going to unmute you, Veronica.
You?
Hello.
Yep, I can hear you.
What do you got for me?
Yep. Well, I mean, if this would be a disagreement, then
all right. So let's go. Next lady. What the heck is going on here? If you want to get on, you need to make sure your camera's on. We're having a double loop back, so let me check the sound. I don't know what just happened here. Do. Just a second. Now we're back. Kiss the ring, kiss the ring. That's set up. That's correct. Build it while you fly, people. Testing. All right. Now, Ecamm Live. Here we go. There we go, Veronica. We should be ready now. Let's do it now.
Hi, can you hear me?
To make sure your camera's on. We're having a double loop back, so let me check the sound. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like go ahead. Just a second. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? I think so.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't understand why I'm getting this feedback though. Go ahead. What's your question? I'll set these things down.
So, I actually don't have a question.
Build it while you fly, people. Testing. All right, we're gonna shut this down because this is not coming through. Right. We're gonna restart Zoom. Ecamm Live. We're gonna restart Zoom. There we go, Veronica. We should be ready now. All right, we're gonna restart Zoom. I don't know what the hell just happened with that, but we're gonna restart Zoom. Do. I tell you one thing. I will tell you one thing, guys. You can always tell when women are angry. Anytime people come in and start, who is he? Why is he? Anytime people start coming in asking for that kind of stuff, you know what it is. Don't answer their questions. Just understand why they're asking, because they're pissed. Steve Harvey can get up and talk about relationships at 64 years old as a comedian and an actor. Okay? Steve Harvey can get up and talk about and write books and actually make millions of dollars. And women will say not a mother flipping thing. I make a YouTube video and these women are losing their effing mind. Who is he? Why is he? What's his degree? What's his blood type? I need a DNA sample. Let's see the double helix. What the hell is going on? This is some bullshit. No, I'm going to just restart it. I think when it came through the other side, it was acting up. So, the good thing is you build it while you fly, baby. Who is this guy? Who does he think he is giving all this advice? Why is he qualified to give any advice?
No, I'm gonna just restart it.
Who says that he can tell women what to do? That's not okay. That's not acceptable. We need to have a blue ribbon committee on why he should give advice. Now, when the people I like tell me what I want to hear, tell me don't forget this or do that. I'm not going to say anybody's book names, but when folks are going to seminars, 500, 1,000 deep, and the only men there are the men on the damn stage, women only in the new Zoom call. When only men there are the men that are on the damn stage, no one questions any of that. No one questions any of that, right? So, hold up before you scroll up. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I am qualified because I've lived it. I'm qualified because I have thousands and thousands of men over here, and I've worked with men for decades. My clients are the guys. So stop asking. Every time they want to shoot the messenger, what you're showing yourself is you are one of the women who will likely die alone. Because the women who won't die alone or have the better chance, all they care about is, can you heal what's broken? Think about it every time you see these pets and these animal rescues. I mean, think about it. Somebody's coming in and can help you with an issue. Well, let me see your doctor's license. Man, shut up. Ed, I know they can't respect a black man with authority, but I'm not asking them for it. I'm taking it from you. I take my respect. I got respect because 8 couples in 6 months, 3 engagements. What has anybody on YouTube that you follow done? What has anybody on YouTube that you think is more qualified to speak for me done? What have they proven? Show the results. What have they done? So you may say, he has issues with women and he's this or that. Yeah, 3 engagements to high value men in under 6 months, 8 couples. What have they done? I guarantee you, I have yet to hear any of my critics, any of the people who have something to say about me, they will not touch that. And I guarantee you, if you have the balls to ask the people you follow, show me the evidence that what you're saying has worked for people that follow you here. They cannot. So here we go. All right. And I love it. All right, Carla, go ahead and unmute yourself. That's why I say you better leave me alone. They do better. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. And you?
Good. What do you got for me?
I will say that I will actually do what Beyonce did because my mom is actually doing it with my dad right now. He wasn't faithful to her. Yeah, he wasn't faithful to her, and she's like, "Okay, God, please give him in the right track again, so we can be together." So I think that's something important because marriage is like for a lifetime. And
where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Oh, there you go. Or do you live here in the States?
Right now, no, but I was doing an exchange in there. From the Rotary International. I did an exchange in the United States. So.
Well, you will likely find the man you're looking for.
Yeah,
at least a man that is willing to work with you and build a life, because that's all men really want is somebody that's going to cooperate. So good for you, young lady.
Yeah, I have a question though.
Go ahead though. You got to make it quick.
Yeah, I'm a virgin and I want to get that till marriage, and that's like something that I'm dealing with is like guys that are my age, of course, like they don't want somebody to be like to work like
you're
really
a virgin
hard.
And you want to save yourself until marriage?
Yeah.
Are you working with your is this for religious reasons?
Yeah.
This is where if you're Catholic, you need to work with your priest. If you're Christian, this is where you need to be involved with the church to help you find a suitable candidates for marriage, because the real world is not a place to find a virgin husband. It simply is not. There, either that or a matchmaker. That's all. I mean, I've had that happen. I've had many people ask that question. All right, I got to get to the next person. Do you have? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Everybody who's a virgin, if you're doing this for religious reasons, I understand it. I respect it, but I can't tell you that you're going to be able to find somebody in the real world. All right, Queen, something so forth. Oh yeah, I love women with the name Queen in it. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
All right. Hi there, Kevin. How are you?
Mm.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I am. Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, sorry. My first name is Bianca, and
Hi,
I just
Bianca.
have.
How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, so I'm actually married, so this is just a quick question. We're huge fans of your show, my husband and I, and I was listening about the Beyonce thing. So as far as you asking like, are women willing to put up with this to get what she has? Now I'm only asking because I didn't have to put up with any of that to get the happy marriage that I have. I'm a person who's not materialistic. I'm the type who I'm like, look, I don't care how much money you have. I would rather be with somebody who loves me, period.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
So I'm trying to understand what your input is. You're married,
Yes, sir. I am.
and you're saying you don't have to do what Beyonce did. You have to put up
Well,
with
I
all
was
that.
asking. So my question was, it's like because I didn't have to. So okay,
Okay.
I didn't have to put up with any of those things,
All right.
infidelity, all
Okay.
that stuff.
How
To
long you been
get what-
married?
7 years. 7
All
years.
right. Well, congratulations.
Mhm.
Life
Thank you.
happens. So
hmm
just because you didn't, there are other things. The question is a matter of you willing to do what it takes to be with a man.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I understood you because I was like, wait a minute now. I was like, hold up,
I mean,
But
come
you know, I
on,
didn't.
come on. I mean, due respect. Come on, man. I mean, I'm not talking about everybody's going to have to do this.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I think
absolutely.
sometimes I'm not trying to be rude, but sometimes I think I just want to. I don't understand the point. I'm married and I didn't have to do that. Okay, congratulations.
hmm
But also, let me ask this too:
Yes,
is your husband a high earning man?
yes, he does. He earns enough, and
Okay.
so
All
yeah,
right.
so he's. Mhm.
So all right. I've been married 7 years. If you found out that he was cheating on you, what would happen?
You know what? It would be a hurt piece. Now, the smart thing to do, financial
No,
thing
no.
to
I'm
do, would
asking
be to
you, what
get
would you
over it.
do? No, what would you? Come on, man. Since we're on that, this is the show. What would happen?
You know what? I'd be hurt, but
Uh huh.
you're right. You know
No, I
what?
don't know. I'm right on what? What does that mean?
That means that means you right, and I will probably be like, you know what? Through thick and thin, through sickness and health, for better or for worse, because
Uh,
that's what it means. When you
well,
take vows, that's what you do.
that's the whole. That's the whole
Yeah,
point of the show.
I
So
understand.
while you're saying that you haven't had to do all this, well, okay.
Yeah, I was
Life
just
goes
asking to
on.
clarify.
The
I was like, I
point,
want
the
to make sure
point
I'm hearing them
is,
right.
the point
hmm
is, marriage is supposed to mean. If you want to marry, if you want to get married, especially if you want a man who's in high demand,
hmm
it's going to take more than just being a cute face. You're going to have to
Right.
show your worth and continue to show your worth over the marriage, not just
Absolutely.
before you get married. Not you're going to have to do it after and through perpetuity. See, 1 out of 4 sisters can expect to be married. And many women
hmm
today want to get married, but they don't want to be wives. Because
Mm.
being a wife is work. Especially
Yes.
when you're a wife of a higher value or a higher earning man. It's not a life of luxury. That's why I said
hmm
what Beyonce had to deal with. If you didn't understand, I will say it again. She
hmm
dated for 7 years. She saw him exclusively. She visibly and publicly supported him in his endeavors.
Yes.
She evolved her business and persona around him. She sang his
hmm
praises before they got married. And after they got
hmm
married, she bore his children and got back into shape quickly, remained classy and faithful, even with cheating allegations, and gave
Right.
him 100% control of all the finances without
hmm
question, all while keeping a smile on her face, in great shape, and remaining beautiful with a great attitude.
Yes.
Do you think most women are like that?
Oh no, a lot
That's
of
why they're
people
not
can't do that.
married.
Yep, you're absolutely right. I get you. I totally understand you,
All
and I'm
right.
happy I asked.
There we go. And I'm glad we're on the same page. That's my point
Yeah.
ultimately, that if you want to be a wife, especially if you want a man who's going to do something, you're going to have to give something.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you.
Don't write me a chat wall in the comment section. What is this chat wall? Who is this? There's a guy in here? Yeah, we don't have guys in here. All right, let's try this again, Veronica. Hello? Unmute yourself. Especially if you want a man who's going to do something. Oh, that's it. It's on your side. You got to turn YouTube off in the background.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, Kevin. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, no, I apologize. There was the double audio there.
Go ahead. What do you got for me?
So, I think it's interesting. I provide a perspective that I'm originally from Canada, moved here to the States. And I think what's interesting is the viewpoint that a lot of women have here with regards to infidelity with their husbands. And I've seen it time and time again where women will say, I would leave my husband if he cheated on me, if he stepped out. There's no way I'm putting up with that. And I think that's such an unrealistic view to have because one person can't be your everything. And if you're willing to commit to your husband, your spouse, and in return your wife, and still allow them to work on the marriage, you're setting these expectations that are entirely unrealistic for what a marriage looks like.
Are you married right now?
I'm divorced, actually.
Okay. Are you planning on remarrying?
I'd like to. I don't think it's necessary to be married in order to be in a committed relationship. However, I'm definitely open to the idea of being married. Yes.
So, the things that I outlined that Beyonce was willing to do for her relationship.
Right.
Are you willing to do that for a man?
Of course. I don't think that infidelity is a sign of ending a marriage.
Okay.
There's so many other things that can put weight on a marriage. Someone stepping out, I'd want to figure out what the reason was first, right? Love isn't everything. Sex isn't everything. There's so much more that goes into it.
Right.
So are you going to really throw away a relationship, sometimes 10, 15, 20, 30 years of a marriage, just because someone had sex with, someone else other than their spouse?
Okay. Well, I appreciate it because you give a perspective that a lot of women in this country would not accept.
It's not a popular view. Yeah, it's not. And don't get me wrong. It's easier said than done, right?
Well, but that's life. But let me get on to the next person.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
So, Christy.
Hello.
It's good enough for Beyonce. Would it be good enough for you?
Well, I have dealt with that situation myself in the 11-year marriage.
So before you go on, okay, it's good enough for Beyonce. Would it be good enough for you? That's a yes or
that's a yes.
All right, go ahead.
That's a yes. Married to a high-earning husband. We actually made a plan, built life together,
all right.
And infidelity happened within the marriage on his part. 5 years into the marriage, while we were still growing. But
how long you been married?
It'll be 12 years.
I'm glad y'all made it through. But here's what I want to do. I want to talk to. I'm getting a lot of married women in, but the married
we're
women.
Divorcing though.
Well, why?
Because it happened twice, and that's enough. That was enough.
Okay.
So.
Oh, let's dig into this then. Notice I mentioned Beyonce had allegations of cheating multiple times. Really? How old are you?
I am 39.
39 years old. And what do you think the world has waiting for you after you divorce your husband?
I don't know.
When you say he's a high earning, how much are we talking? Over $200,000 a year?
Just about is growing towards. So.
All right. So you got a $200,000 earner, and is he older than you?
No, we're just about the same age.
All right. So I got. Is he black?
Yes, he's black.
So all right, man. So for almost 40 years old with a $200,000 black man, he's about 2% of men. Why? Yeah. Well, what do you think the world's got waiting for you after you get rid of him?
I really don't know. That's why
Nothing.
I'm working on my. Yes.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you can go work on yourself and say all the affirmations and self love and all those nice things. And you know what the world's got waiting for you? A dog. 40
The
years
reality,
old.
it wasn't
40
just
years
that.
old, there's nothing waiting for you. For most of you.
True. There was abuse in the marriage as well. That's the primary reason.
All right. So this is where I started to get kind of iffy because first you start talking about cheating and he said twice and that was enough. Now he's just going to abuse. And this is when I stopped believing women.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm just being honest, man, because here's the thing as a man, men are always catching all the hell. Have you cheated?
No.
Have you been verbally or emotionally abusive to your husband?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Abuse is abuse. So miss me.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. Okay. Why am I saying this? Because you came into the show and you're saying, well, yeah, I'd be willing to do what Beyonce did. No, you're not. Beyonce stayed. You're leaving. I asked you, is that a yes or no? You said yes, and you're divorcing.
Infidelity can be worked out. Other things can't.
Again, I get it. I'm not going to. Okay. All right. Let me move you to the side because I don't want to speak about your situation because I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, ladies, I don't know where you are going to meet these perfect men because you're not perfect people. I have seen far more verbal and emotional abuse from women than I have ever, 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 ever seen physical abuse. I've seen more physical abuse from women than I've seen from men. So I find it rich that so many women can seem to always come over here and they're abused and this and that. I don't buy this shit. In the church out, man. I'm not speaking about your situation, man, because I don't know. But what I will say is once you get back out here, you're just another woman, just like I'm a man. This is why I move you back. Whatever your situation is, if it's irreconcilable and can't be fixed, you still come into the world at 40 years old with a 12-year relationship that failed. And what is it you think the world has waiting? See, my question for women like you and so many women who are walking away from your marriages is like I talk to so many older women and you guys really believe that there's a second chance, there's more hope, there's somebody else out there as good or better. And I'm sorry to tell you, it's not. Just simply not. The data is clear. The facts are pretty damn clear. And this is why so many women are triggered with me because when I say dying alone, it's because, well, on the one hand, let's move you out of the situation. Now, on the one hand, when a woman tends to have a man who's been a higher earner, they don't want to go back to an average man who's earning 50,000. That means the majority of men aren't on the table, regardless of age. Then when you have to adjust the age for 40 plus, that's even fewer men. As you move up the path, there are not a lot of higher earning men, especially if you have a race preference in your geography, that would even be open or even interested in you. Okay. So women get triggered with me when I say, you're just telling women to stay in a situation. I'm telling women, this is life. Go ahead. This is what I'm telling women, this is life. And I have one ardent critic who should stay away from my channel because, lady, I am never going to change what I say. Women are, if you actually understood abuse, the emotional and physical, the emotional, psychological abuse that's dispensed from women has different and far more damaging effects than physical abuse. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Yana Van Zant. Mothers destroy sons. Anybody who gets close to a man's heart can destroy him. And you ladies, understand, especially if you're a Christian, The power of life and death is in the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
I will say this. Before you divorce from your husband, exercise all options, because once it's over, the world is not a nice place. For ladies who disagree with me, don't listen to what I'm saying, think I'm wrong. Go watch Lion, Hyena. Go watch Animals on the Prairie, on the Serengeti, and watch the life and death struggle that happens every day. We are not far different when it comes in all's fair in love and war. And ma'am, I'm going to tell you that at 40, especially if you have anything other than a man who's age appropriate, if you got a financial component thing on it, it's going to be increasingly more difficult to find someone.
That is true.
So just think about it. That's all I'm saying. Just think about it. Thank you for being honest, though. At least she was honest about her side of it, though. And I don't like to get into people's personal stuff because I can't make a judgment and tell somebody to stay or go. But I will tell you that this modern dating scene is you've been off it for 12 plus years. Shit. Well, it's blood sport. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be all kind of sound clips, and I stand by everything I said. I damn sure do. He told that woman to go back to an abusive situation because I know that women are often not honest about the abuse they commit, the cheating that they commit. If you've already been in, bounce out, please. If I've already spoken to you, do me a favor, bounce out. Go ahead. Kel. I'm sorry, gotta unmute yourself again. Go ahead.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, good. How old are you?
I'm good. I have a question.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
What do you got for me?
Pardon me?
Said, before you ask your question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If it's good enough for Beyonce, would it be good enough for you? Yes or no?
Well, it depends. Cause
that's a yes or no. That's a yes or no question. I don't do that. You ladies always want to do the depends. It's a yes or no. I laid out a very simple.
I'm going to go for yes. Okay. Because I do believe that, first of all, I don't believe in divorce. If I marry someone, it's to stick with them for life.
Okay.
But my question to you, if you don't mind me asking, is do you believe that the bottom line here is that you should accept a man to cheat on you?
No. Well, here's the thing. Mm-hmm. If you want the truth, the diehard truth, depends absolutely. On how you want. It depends on how attractive he is.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, if you have a man who's physically attractive and resource attractive, you wanted him. Was he single when you met him? Most women want men who are pre-selected. Correct. So unless you're going for the runt of the litter, you're going to go for a man that other women would want.
Okay, fair enough. I understand.
I'm not saying accept it. I'm saying, ma'am, go to the animal kingdom. Show me what percentage of mammals are monogamous.
A very low percentage.
There you go.
Number. Yeah.
There you go.
I also, go ahead. Sorry.
What I honestly think is you ladies need to understand what it is that you're willing to, if you have as long as he's not bringing home any outside babies or diseases and not embarrassing you, you'd be surprised with a lot of women that tell you they would never accept a man doing this or accept it.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering my question.
No problem.
Do you think
I got to get on to the next one. I got to get on to the next one. All right. Thanks. Yeah, I know it's not a popular answer. You expect women to accept cheating? No, get a broke man. Get a man that don't nobody want, and you don't have to worry about cheating. That's right. Go ahead and get you a man that nobody wants, and you don't have to worry about nobody wanting him. But if you want some 6 foot jawline dude that's making 6+ figures and can put it down in the bedroom and can make you French toast and plays with kids, you better expect somebody else gonna want him too. Y'all are out of y'all's mind thinking that men are supposed to be 100% faithful and all the time. Teresa, go ahead. Unmute yourself. Oh, they gonna get triggered.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Good. How old are you?
Oh, I am 36.
All right. It was good enough for Beyonce. Was it good enough for you?
I'd say yes. And the reason being is I think practice being someone's wife means that you have to live like that first. You can't just turn that on or off.
There you go. Go
Can
ahead.
you? Oh, okay. I've never been anybody's wife, but I can say that I was in a monogamous, faithful relationship with a man for 13 years. And what I learned from that is even if you do everything, and when I say everything, I mean the cooking, the cleaning, being faithful, being feminine, being supportive, keeping up your appearance, all of those things, sometimes you have to recognize that if you pick the wrong person, then it's also on you. And you can't blame it on someone else, especially when you knew you should have left.
Yeah. So, are you actively out here dating still towards marriage?
Yes, I am. I just, after I spent almost a year by myself collecting my thoughts and trying to learn from the lesson, I realized what it is that I needed and wanted. And I also recognize what it is I can offer, beyond, I mean, I understand what a man looks for in a woman, but I wanted to make sure that I could maintain my happiness without depending on someone else. Once I figured that out, I started dating at first casually because, when you're with someone for 13
got to shorten it down. Got a lot of folks.
Sorry.
No problem.
I guess the point I was trying to make is that you still need to take time. You can't I don't believe in putting time limits on people, but
do you ever want to have children?
I'm open to it if somebody wants to do that, but I am getting older.
My question is always to women who are past 35 is how much time do you ladies feel like you need?
Honestly, if someone asks me, the person I'm dating right now asked me tomorrow, I would say yes.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you. All right. So if you're going to raise your hand, that's fine. See, women have this question about fidelity. Should a man cheat? Yeah, well, get a man that's not physically attractive to everybody else. I don't know what y'all want me to tell you. Unless y'all just want me to lie to you. Okay. If you have a disagreement, here's what we're gonna do. Because all these folks in the chat room and on Zoom, I'm gonna lower everybody's hand. Raise your hand if you disagree. Raise your hand if you have a disagreement. If you feel like that, no, you should not have to do what Beyonce did. I mean, it's nice to people that agree, but if you have a disagreement, let's get to it. Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay. Hi.
Hold on.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
All right. If it's good enough for Beyonce, is it good enough for you?
Yes, but I'm gonna say the first criteria threw me off a little bit. When I first took the quiz, I did say no because.
So what's the disagreement?
Well, so dating for years, I was understanding that we're supposed to only date for like 3 to 6 months, and by then he's supposed to understand.
Well, that's a different scenario. We're talking about That's a different scenario. We're talking. You guys mix what I'm saying often. This high value versus this versus that. But you're 25 years old. What's the disagreement?
That was all it was. So
So are you
don't
trying
worry
to
about
get? Are you dating for? Are you wanting to be married?
one day soon. I know I'm getting close to that danger zone. So
Okay. Do you want to be married?
oh yeah, yeah.
All right. You want children?
Yes.
How many?
3 max.
And do you care if your man makes less than 100,000? Well, less than 50,000 or $50,000 or less?
Yeah, I'd like him to make more than that. So
Um, what state are you in?
I'm in Ohio.
So we're talking about you need a man who's making 6 figures as well
Um,
with 3
I mean, I'm
kids.
fine with between 80 and like 120, ideally.
Uh,
But
So
I mean,
again, 80 and 120, split the difference is still 100.
okay, all right,
This is where it starts to get difficult. Do you care if
yeah,
he's black or not?
I prefer it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'd like him to be
How tall
black.
are you?
I'm 5'4".
Dress size?
I'm a size 6.
A size 6?
Yeah,
How much did you
six,
weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
145, 150.
Do you just naturally have a full face?
Yeah, I do. It's genetic, so.
Yeah. And also your hands and your wrists too. So
Oh, well, okay.
yeah.
I lift. But
Huh?
I lift. I lift. That's the sport I
Yeah,
choose.
ma'am. I don't think you're being honest about your dress size or your weight.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Well,
other ladies can see. I mean, ladies. I mean, I'm not trying to be pejorative or rude, but
that's okay.
I mean, and
Okay.
the reason it's important is because the higher up you go on the socioeconomic scale, the more your fitness and things like this are going to come into question and be to be a criteria.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
it does matter.
Okay. Y- Yeah, yeah, I consider plastic surgery because I realize I do my face at least is kind of chunky. So I'll thank
You
you though.
can't. I mean, ma'am. Okay,
Yes.
all right. I just don't like it when people lie to me. I really don't.
Okay.
Because you're lying to me.
All right.
I mean, you're lying. Just admit you're lying so we can move on. I mean, there's no freaking way you're dress size 4.
No, 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 no. 6 to 8. On a bad day, like a 10.
And you said you weighed 140 pounds. That's not true.
No, well, 145, 150.
Okay.
But okay. All
All
right. Don't worry
right.
about it then. Thank you.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Just ladies, you see what I'm dealing with here? I mean, y'all see what I'm dealing with? I mean, y'all, the ladies in there are just like, they're just like, oh, I don't try. Okay. Let's reset. Let me also say this. Just because you ladies think, well, I'll just go in and tell them some shit. I'm a real life image consultant. And if you are what you are, so do you have to just own that? But if you're gonna lie about something, then I really don't want to talk to you. You've been on for a minute, Ms. Carrington. Go ahead.
Hello.
Oh, I got to get to the people who have a disagreement. So, do you have a disagreement?
No.
Okay. Let me get to. If your hand is up, you're supposed to have a disagreement. Susanna, don't you cry. Roxy has a disagreement. You don't have a disagreement? All right. I'm gonna lower your hand. I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Okay. Hello, Jessica, Jaleesa. What's your disagreement?
She and staying with Jay-Z for years and him cheating on her. I just don't think you have to do all of that to get
How old are
married.
you?
I'm 30.
And have you been married?
I haven't.
Do you want children?
Yes.
Do you want to be married?
Yes.
How many children would you like?
I want at least 4.
At 30 years old?
I want to adopt a couple.
They still
I know
cost.
I'm behind.
They still cost.
Yes.
So how much money would a man need to make in order to fund a family of 6?
I'm gonna say at least 100,000 because I'll be working too. So with our combined income.
And how much do you earn?
Right now, I earn 69,000.
You can't support a family of 6 on $170,000.
Well, I live in the South.
I don't care. Better? You could. Nope.
Okay.
No, it's not better. And you still, even if you plan on working, again, another woman that wants a man in the top 10% of earners. And it doesn't matter. You still want the same things, but you're not willing to consider the fact that the man you're talking about is rare and has options. And like it or not, infidelity may come with a package. See, life is about trade-offs, ladies. And far too many of you ladies want perfect scenarios, almost perfect, and you're not perfect people. You're in the South. How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
Dress size?
6.
You do realize, oh Jesus. When did you take this picture?
That was for the election day last year. So 2020.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
Last time I weighed myself, I was 168.
And you say your dress size what?
6.
No way. There's no way.
It's true.
Ma'am,
it's true. Okay,
ma'am. Again, professional image consultant. 5'3", dress size 6 would put you healthy weight at around 125.
So I used to be that
size,
and that was a 2'4".
Ma'am, I'm looking at your photo, just like the other ladies in the chat room. And when you said what you said, they all started smiling because they knew you weren't being honest.
I am being honest. I used to be a size 2'4", and I was 125.
Miss Carrington, thank you. Roxy, thank you. Thank you for all the ladies are doing the same thing, and I'm trying to be. And why is this important, ma'am? Because they're 30 years old, weighing and how's the most you've ever weighed?
The most I've ever weighed is right now, thanks to quarantine. This is the most I've ever weighed.
Which is what?
168.
And if you had to rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, just your looks, what would you rank yourself?
Well, I've been listening to your show, so I'm gonna say a 6.
No.
What would you say?
What's been the viral tagline? Average at best.
Can I at least be the queen of average?
Well, that queen of average is the eternal 7. And what I'm trying to let you understand is this. You came in and said, I don't think you would have to do all that with Beyonce. Well, Beyonce got a high value man. And you may not want a multimillionaire, but you still want a high value man.
Yes, correct.
And you are average at best. And above average and below average as far as the fitness. That's as delicate as I can put it. Average at best, below average in the fitness. There's no way you're a dress size 6. You're every bit of a 10, 12. Every bit.
Okay.
See, somebody who's a dress size 6 would fight me on that.
I mean, I want to, but that it's not super important to me because I'm going to be losing weight this year. So,
see, let me also explain something to you, ma'am. That someone who's a dress size 6 does not need to consider plastic French toast surgery.
I'm not considering surgery.
You said that.
No, that was the caller before me. I'm actually going to lose weight.
Okay, well, address size 6,
and...
you wouldn't have to lose weight. I'm sorry. Even if it was the caller before, you wouldn't have to lose weight. So ultimately, why is this important? It's not just to do wild dog, man, but it's your expectations are far too high for where you rank. Okay. You get an average black man earns $42,000. In due respect, you earn $69,000. You'd be very well off to get a guy who's earning $45,000 to $50,000 and go off and have a couple of kids, but not 4. You can't afford them. At $50,000 and $70,000, now y'all can afford a kid or two, a kitten, maybe a parakeet, some goldfish, a couple of Honda Civics. Y'all go to Rudy Tuesdays and Outback. I mean, this is your life.
Oh my God.
I mean, and so hold on. And this is why I need to. I know you sound like I'm joking, but I need you to understand. I'm talking about a man who's a solid, decent man. I'm not talking about a bum. I'm talking about an average working man who works hard for his fucking money. Okay. A solid, tax-paying, God-fearing, mother-loving, apple pie, hot dog, baseball motherfucking citizen. And you're chuckling like I'm joking. I don't play when I'm talking about the men I respect and advocate for. And you ladies think just because you're making a little bit more money, you can laugh at these men. That's some bullshit. Especially when you're average. And you are below average, and get off my, no. Take a break because I'm going to calm down. Nope, absolutely not. Sorry about that. I grew up in the Bible Belt in Oklahoma with a truck driving grandfather, military on both sides, and factory workers. Like my friend Obsidian, I didn't work in the plant, but I grew up with people who worked hard for a living. $8 an hour, $10 an hour, $12 an hour. And in the middle heartland of America, there are people who, in the South in particular, people are not rich here. $70, $80 an hour. We're talking $20 an hour, $25 an hour. That's $40,000 to $50,000. And I have a real problem sitting here in my Tom Ford suits and candles and all other kind of stuff. I have a real problem when I hear women laughing, poking fun at the men who built this fucking country. You're laughing at my uncle, my grandfather, the men who serve our country, the men who dig the ditches and build the roads and fix your plumbing and everything. I don't take that. This is, we have gotten so far in the Black community from what made us a community. We have no respect for our middle class. The men. And these men listen to you laugh at them. Oh my God, so little. Ruby Tuesday and a kitten and a goldfish. And out of respect for my platform, I'm not going to put your photo, man, but you are average at best. And your fitness is below. The man I'm talking about would have been a godsend to someone like you 80 years ago, not an insult. All right. Let's go to a happy call. Miss Carrington, let's do you. With your cute little short cut and your pretty smile. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Hey, how are you? I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Are you able to hear me now?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
So I have an interesting question. I am.
You are very, very low. Your audio in must not be right.
Okay. How about
Try again. No, your audio is not right. Yeah, you got your audio in. So here's what we'll do. We'll go to Brianna. She's like, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. How are you?
Hi, I'm 23.
How are you? What do you got
I'm
for
good.
me?
How are you? I'm good. So I have a quick question.
Okay.
I agree completely with the Beyonce, story going around. But my question is, do high value men necessarily have to be married? Because I know a lot of the time, I know my purpose as a man, and I'm fully aware of the value that high value men have, as far as intellect, finances, their looks,
So do they
the
have to
whole
be?
nine.
Do they have to be married?
Do they have to be married? And since infidelity is supposed to be accepted, is it okay if I have a high
Well,
value man and he doesn't want to be married?
well, okay. High earning and high value. High value means a utility that comes along with it, and absolutely not. You do not have to be married. They tend to be married because they tend to be useful to others and the group. But there are no absolute hard and fast rules about anything in life. We speak in generalizations for the most part. And your second question is, you have a high value man, but is it all right that he does not want to be married? Do you want to be married?
Yeah, yes, I want to be married.
Then
I'm in a
it's not
relationship.
then it's not okay with being with somebody who doesn't want to be married,
Right,
regardless as to their value.
right. Can
If
I
he
also
worked,
get, sorry, go ahead.
if he worked at Popeyes, would you care?
Yes.
So that's your answer.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I also want to ask you one more question if I could, if I have the
Make
time.
it quick. Make it quick because I got a lot of folks. There are 34
So,
folks.
yeah, we always talk about infidelity. Is it okay on the woman's part? I know we're always not trashing, but kind
Is
of
it okay? Is it
downplaying
okay for
single mom.
a woman cheating?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to just say the standard answer is no. But I live
Oh,
in the real world.
right.
What's
I
not
wonder.
okay? Listen? What's not all right is embarrassing your man or your family. If you're
Right,
going to cheat, uh, you better be CSI level at that shit.
right,
Because if you embarrass your man or your family, you're not good enough to cheat. Don't
right.
do it unless you're going to be able to make sure it's never, ever going to see the light of day.
That's exactly why I asked about high value men in marriage, because it seems like if infidelity is acceptable, non-marriage should be acceptable too, even if he is a good
Oh,
Christian man.
you're starting to mix things. Don't mix them. Peanut butter and jelly is good. Peanut butter and mayonnaise is not good. Don't mix shit. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm realistic, man. I mean, I don't look, man. I don't expect women to. You got a high value man, and he's off around the world and doing this and doing that. You know how many men that I know who are executives whose wife have a Tuesday appointment at the Ritz? I've been the second guy before. In my 20s, I was nothing nice. And the thing is, but it's what it is. And the guys who deal with women like that realize that their husbands likely know it because their husband is likely doing something else. But those two people understand that whatever dalliances they're doing, nothing comes before being Bonnie and Clyde, Jay-Z and Beyonce. You are disposable. And if you decide to make a problem for the miss or the missus, they will call a wolf in on you and you will disappear. Better recognize you don't just go breaking up families because you're on some ego trip. Miss Moore, what's her name? Pink dress. NM Moore. We're gonna go a little bit later tonight. It's Friday.
I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Let me turn on my camera.
Lovely picture, by the way.
Thank you. Let me pause this because I think I have it on. How do I
All right.
turn on the YouTube thing?
I'm gonna
Okay.
mute you for a second. Again, folks, I am. I'm still upset. Ladies, please understand something. This how you feel for your sister girls and women who are like you. Just because I'm a high value man, I don't look down upon my brothers. I come from red dirt world. And I'm not too good to go back and do that shit. We got to get better than looking down on 50% of the people because, like it or not, everybody can't be a CEO or boss. There has to be workers. It's a pyramid. And the bulk of any society is always right here. And we cannot have the women of our group looking down upon the bulk of the men because they're not all presidents. Sorry. Where'd she go? She was there. Unmute. Go ahead, Miss Moore. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. Okay, you got your hand up for a disagreement. What is it?
Well, first, I don't really think that you have to kind of stick with a man who's cheating on you and degrading you in order to have a high value man. That's
I
one.
understand. Let's understand this. You just said two things: cheating and degrading.
Well, I find cheating degrading, which is maybe why I mixed the two.
Right.
My
But also
question.
say stick with a man. I'm talking about a husband.
Okay, granted. My question, and first, I do appreciate you sharing some of your backstory. That made me understand your point of view a lot more. So I can appreciate a lot of things that you're saying as a result of that. So I'm glad you shared it. But at any rate, I was married. I'm divorced now. I have two children, and I've started dating again. And I'm dating a marriage minded man. And I am kind of curious, how long do you think is appropriate for me to kind of stick around? Um,
How old are you? How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, we're getting background. Do you have YouTube or another channel open in the background or something?
I don't have anything open.
All right. So I'm going to go back to something you said about cheating and degrading and this and that. Have you ever cheated on a man?
I've never.
Uh, Cheating is not just sexual. You've never flirted. Hold on. You've never. Uh, so everything you've ever done in a relationship or dating scenario, if the man you were seeing, if he were to find out about this, you'd be fine with it.
Yes.
Meaning you walk around with your iPhone unlocked, and at any given time in your relationship history, they can go and look through your phone, your emails, and everything else, and nothing's out of whack.
Yes.
Okay, you're the first woman I've ever met like that. So thank you. I've
I was
never met
also
anybody to walk on water like that.
to do
Never. I've never. I mean, I'll be honest. I've never met a woman who did not have male friends, who did not entertain, guys that they knew were interested in them, but they weren't interested in those guys. But they still
So
kept them around. Yeah, ma'am, you got background going on.
I don't know what's
I
happening. Is
don't know,
it back?
but maybe your volume's too high. You're on the speaker or something. But
I'm on the Zoom speaker.
so okay. So when it gets right down to cheating and all the other kind of stuff, hey man, that's did you say you had a high value husband?
I did.
All right. Well, you can make your moral judgment, whatever. And is the guy you're seeing right now in the same socioeconomic status?
He is.
How long were you married?
I was married for 8 years.
Right. And your question is, how long should you stay dating somebody?
Right. How long should I stay? Okay, so from day one, we've
How
been
long
just
have you guys been dating?
2 months.
Okay. And has he ever been married?
He's never been married, but he was in a long-term relationship
Any
for about 8
children?
years. He has one daughter.
And does he want more children?
He does.
And are you having more children?
Yeah, I'm super willing.
You're 30, how old?
5.
Does he want to be a stepfather?
He doesn't mind. He's fine with that.
All right. I laugh because this is what you get. This is a possibility what you get. When you walk away from a man you were married to, a husband and 2 children, you walk into these jagged little pills that don't go down right.
Right.
Um, it is likely that he's telling you what he needs to tell you to keep the sex coming.
We haven't
Because
had
all right, then, ma'am, why are you asking the 2 months if you haven't had sex?
So because I'm entertaining the idea of it in my mind. So I just wanted to I kind of cast my net wide and narrowed it down, right? If that makes sense.
Nope.
And he's my favorite, so to
Nope.
speak.
What it sounds to me is, at
Mhm.
35 with 2 kids, you're still
Yes.
dating like you were when you were single with no kids.
Mm.
And I'm gonna tell you, you don't have those options. Even though you talk like you do, you don't.
So
And
that's what I want to know. Like, what would be your suggestion? I mean, he's saying all of the right things,
my
sir.
suggestion is it's not him, it's on you, ma'am. I said you're talking like you
Mhm.
still are 20 some odd years old with no kids, and you're not. You're
Okay.
talking like you are the one to be pedestalized. Like I this is what you said. I cast my
Mhm.
net wide, meaning I got all these potential suitors out here. And out of all the ones, I plucked him over here to consider whether or not I want to have sex with him because it's been 2 months. And I'm
Right.
like, he's a high earner, he's a high value man, and he doesn't have options. He's got more options than you.
I think he does.
He
So,
does, and what I'm trying to get you to understand is, ma'am, you're
okay.
in a new world.
Mhm.
You're speaking as a woman who. How long you been divorced?
3 years.
And how long have you been back here out here dating?
About 7 months or so.
Right. You're about to learn now. You're about to learn now why people tend to stay in their marriages. Because your expectations, from what I'm gathering,
Mhm.
is to stay at the same level or better. And most men don't want to be stepfathers. They simply do not.
Okay.
And if he's not having sex with you, he's screwing somebody.
I would imagine so.
And
And I just want to know what you think about when I should. I'm just trying to decide on my end, um, should I move forward or not? Because I'm
forward
concerned
with
about,
what?
well, here's my question. I am learning the landscaping of dating because I've really never really done it.
Exactly. Thank
But
you. Now we're getting to it because the way you're talking is, ma'am, I'm trying to get you to understand is
okay,
you're coming across like a woman that has more options and more clout on the market than you really do. You're
copy.
talking as though you have all the, and I'm like, you're 35 with 2 kids. I mean, if that was your picture, you're an attractive woman, but you still got 2 kids.
Okay.
And men out here who are earning 6 figures plus, and out here trying to become stepdaddies. They're out, and if they are and they want children, they're not getting 35-year-old women with 2.
Mm-hmm.
The way you came in and where you laid things out, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have a rude awakening out here in this new dating reality. And you
Ooh.
might find out that you should have stayed back with your husband.
Oh, I couldn't.
All right. Well, hey, because you couldn't, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody out, but if you see, that's fine. But so many of you ladies expect that you're gonna go and get a second bite of the apple, get another man, and he's gonna be better than the one you left. When you're older and you're more used on the market.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
that's
I
why
did
so many
have
women
a
are
choice.
angry with me because I'm sitting back saying, what product on the market gains value with time and use? Why
I
should
don't
you?
think
Why
any.
should you
And
get more? Okay,
yeah.
so why? You mentioned high value, high value. Why, if you want to cast a wide net, why aren't you dating guys who are making $40,000,
So I
$50,000 a
didn't
year?
purposely seek out to find somebody
I
who
didn't say
made.
you did. I didn't say you did. I'm saying
Uh-huh.
you cast a wide net. Why don't you cast your net out to guys who are making the median income? So you might be able to find somebody who lines up with
I
your.
just kind of cast it out to professional men. I really am not concerned with how much they make. That's just who like kind of snap back.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, um, I've been here long enough to know that you decide who you respond to. So, and come on, ma'am, I saw your photo. You're not trying to date a plumber. And the reality is, you're not. This market is real.
Okay.
And this is why I said Beyonce, due respect, ma'am, has more money than you will ever have. She was rated the world's most beautiful woman in 2012 and second in 2018. No disrespect, man, but you will never have those honors.
I
And
don't feel by
she,
that.
huh?
I'm just trying to figure out what to do for my particular
All right,
like.
book a session. All right, damn. I've talked to you. Yeah, she's not getting it. And I'm not gonna keep going back. You want to know? Book a session. You think very highly of yourself, which is fine, but you even in this petulant little stamp in your feet. Well, how took it? You're gonna have a hard time out here, boy. Yes, Diane, unmute yourself.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, what's your disagreement?
Okay, so the whole cheating thing, because I find that
First off, how old are you?
26.
Okay, and the whole cheating thing. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm not married yet. I was supposed to, but
What does
COVID
that mean?
happened, so we didn't get a chance to have, do the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
But the like being cheated on is, I don't know how someone could just swallow that, especially in the case when
Is your fiance a high value man?
yes,
The way I define it, I don't just mean the earnings.
I know.
How old is he?
To be quite honest with you,
How
how
old
old?
is he?
34.
All right. What do you mean? Okay, so let me go ahead and break this down to you. You're not married because of COVID. How long have you guys been together?
About a year and a half. We were
And
supposed to get married last March. We finally
last March? That was
Yeah.
a year ago.
Yeah. What happened was
Okay, I don't need to know. That's not important.
okay.
Because what it is that you guys could have went to justice of the peace. Plenty of people have gotten married since COVID. COVID is not a
No,
reason
yeah,
not to get.
that
Ma'am, it's
that's
not the important part of the story. It's just an aside.
okay.
The important part is if you're saying he's a high value man, and you're 26, right?
Yes.
How tall are you?
Oh, I knew you were gonna go there. I'm 5'7".
Dress size.
10.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
200.
I don't know why y'all ladies keep coming in here lying to me, saying you.
I'm not lying.
I'm just saying you're not. I'm just saying you're not a dress size 10. I can see
am.
you. Okay.
No, I know you can see me.
Okay. But that's and let's. But the important part is what I'm getting to.
Okay.
Because you dreaded me asking that question. Because you know you don't meet the fitness criteria.
We just had a baby.
So
I'm still losing the weight. She's only 4 months.
All right. Again, see, Beyonce was in there, had a baby too, and she was never 200 pounds.
True.
So stay on track.
Okay.
You got a man. You can't get married, but you had a baby, so now you effectively are a baby mama. And you're talking about the whole cheating thing, ma'am. Uh, let's say you got married tomorrow at the Justice of the Peace to the guy who accepted you at 200 pounds, and he cheated on you, and you decided you want to divorce him. What do you think the market would have for you that's better than what you have right now?
Nothing.
That's why you stay through the cheating.
Okay. So
that's just the hardcore lion eats gazelle shit. If y'all think this is harsh, go watch wild dogs eating that impala that was pregnant. Go watch a Komodo dragon eat a deer that was pregnant. Go watch the real world stuff, because the reality is, man, you got a baby now. And you're nowhere going to be close to as valuable as you were without a child. So if you don't want, if infidelity comes up, you got a choice to make. That's all it is.
I have one more question. So basically, at that point, it just means there is no turning point. Is that basically what you're trying to help?
No, what do you mean no turning point?
Meaning that regardless of whatever the situation is, figure it out.
I mean, those are the vows you're going to take, aren't there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Then why do y'all think these vows change in 2021 just because you decide they want to? And here's another thing, man. Let me go be real frank. You're more concerned about a marriage that ain't even happened, and you done had a baby come out of you. Y'all are far more worried about being somebody's wife than the goddamn being a mother. This is all jacked up, and we're talking about theoretical cheating. Get your shit together. Seriously, get your shit together. Be a wife for the next child so he won't be born as a bastard like me and 80% of the children out here. And worrying about something theoretically, you've already tied yourself to this man. Make sure you don't cheat. That's your job.
Yeah.
This is women used to accept it. I don't want my husband to cheat. So you get your ass out there and you run like the wind to make sure you stay as fit as you can get and as pretty as possible. Baking bread, cookies, everything else to keep your husband at home so he won't go out. That's your job. If you don't want it, somebody else will take it, especially if you got a higher earning man who's attractive because you wanted him. So why wouldn't somebody else want him? We used to understand this stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, that's so harsh. And I gotta also say, y'all gonna really be angry. Naomi, you can go ahead. Mute yourself. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's your disagreement?
I don't like the fact that you said that if you're in an abusive situation, like you should just take it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Well,
I did not say that. No, ma'am. Hold on.
Okay.
If you're going to quote me correctly. I did not say that.
Okay.
How old are you?
43.
I would prefer that if you're going to say something about me, please be more precise, because when you ladies do that, you're putting words in my mouth and putting things on my reputation and my jacket that I refuse to own. What is it you think that I said?
When you were talking about to another woman who was saying that there was infidelity and there was also physical abuse, and then you act like you didn't believe her because she said.
I didn't say I didn't believe her.
Well,
I
you
said I
acted
believe.
like you did.
No, I didn't know, ma'am. See, that's another thing. I did not act like I did not believe her.
You did to me.
Okay, well, that's your interpretation, but it ain't what I said. I know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking about. And I didn't say I don't believe her. I just asked her, have you ever been abusive to your husband? Not physically. What about emotionally and psychologically? And what did she say, Naomi?
She said yes.
There you go.
She did.
No, so Naomi, you tell me, do you feel like psychological and emotional abuse is the same or worse as physical abuse, or is it less than?
It is the same.
Then
However,
no, there's no however. Follow-up question. So why didn't she start off saying, instead of he abused me, I abused him?
why didn't she? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
because
why
it
she
doesn't
didn't
go
say
to the victim narrative that so many women like to craft. And if I had not had the intelligence or
See,
the
there you
ball,
go with the
excuse me,
victim narrative
oh,
thing.
you're not
That's
going to talk
not
over
cool.
me. You're not going to talk over me. Yeah, victim narrative, lacking accountability. Unmute yourself. Why do you think it's not a victim narrative? Because she didn't tell the direct truth. She came in and told half of the story. She came in and said, he abused me, and I had to go digging for the rest of it. That is a victim narrative. I'm the victim, not mutual combat, mutual aggression, mutual abuse. That is a victim narrative, ma'am. Tell me it's not.
I kind of think it goes to,
Tell me it's
it
not a
depends on
victim
the
narrative, ma'am.
situation.
Tell me it's not a victim narrative or a
I don't,
lie by omission. A lie by omission is a partial
maybe
truth.
by omission, maybe by
Then
omission.
and a lie by omission is an attempt to deceive. Why do we
Okay,
attempt to deceive? Because we know there's something wrong. And you ladies do not like holding one another accountable. This further feeds into the victim narrative that women are always the victims and the men
okay.
are the aggressors.
So are you saying that majority of the time women are the aggressors as opposed to men?
I'm saying, men cheat 28% of the time, women cheat 24% of the time, but there are more women than men. I am telling you that when an abuse happens, we count physical abuse because there's a police report and a paper trail and bruises, but we cannot track physical and emotional abuse, which happens far more often. You've been a black woman your entire life, and you know how women can use their mouths to do damage. Show me the
Right.
police reports
And
on
I
that.
also know how men
Show me
can
the
use
police
their
reports
fists
on
to
that. Show
do
me the police
damage.
reports on. Show me the police reports on that.
On what?
On your mouth. Exactly.
Okay. No, so it seems like you're
Exactly.
trying to.
No, man. No, I asked you a direct question. See, we count physical abuse, and I asked you, do these things is one greater or lesser or equal? You said they're equal. So if we have police reports and we can document physical abuse, how do we document emotional and psychological and verbal abuse? We don't. So we can't track it. So then it comes open to women like you making an opinion saying, do you think what happens to one another? You've been 43 years old. I asked you, what have you seen? Have you seen more men whooping women's ass? Or have you seen more women talking shit to men?
I don't know. I really don't know because
Exactly.
men talk just as
Now
much
we get
shit
game
as
goofy.
women do to
Now
each
we
other.
get game goofy.
So
And now, okay.
no.
We even
But
have it
you,
we even have in our popular media. Women can talk crazy to men. Women can say anything to men. Women can actually go and boomerang and slap Eddie Murphy. Love should have brought you home last night, but if he slapped her, that movie would have been outlawed. Victim narrative.
I just feel like what you said in that situation was not my interpretation of it. I felt like it wasn't cool because you were kind of
I don't
like,
care
well,
if
you
it's
got to
cool.
make a
I don't
choice.
care if it's cool. You know what's cool, ma'am, is the truth. So what you
Well,
said is I don't feel, and I can't let what you said is I don't feel, ma'am. I can't do anything about your feelings. But what I
and
said
just
was the
like
truth.
yours,
What
you
I
are
said is the
feeling. What
truth.
you're saying is what you
You are not
feel.
going to talk over me. No, I am saying See, women like this woman do not like when women are held accountable. Every time I've asked her a direct question that puts a spotlight on women, that's when the Sammy Davis Jr. tap dancing starts. And then here comes the deflection, shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Here's the sign language we always talk about, folks. Every time I make a decent point, does she admit that I made a point? Nope, we're just going to move the goalpost and slide on down the room. This is why so many women end up being by themselves. No accountability. It's always that way. Well, you said this, and I don't like the way it sounded. Well, let me ask you something, Naomi. Let me ask you something. Go ahead and mute yourself. Tell me how you feel when when women come in and say, I can't have a man making less than six figures. I can't respect or submit to a man like that. Tell me how you feel for those men who are. Do you have any sons, any kids?
I have girls.
All girls, right. Well, tell me how you feel about what women are saying about all these men who, when they tell these men that they're not tall enough, they're not economically attractive. Tell me how you feel about these men.
Well, I don't necessarily think that's true because I don't believe in just having a six-figure man.
No. Tell me, no. I don't ask you if you believe it's true. Tell me how you feel when women say that about these men. Tell me how you feel for these men. What about their feelings? Where's the caring for that? That's why I'm trying to get you to understand. Tell me that.
Yeah. Well, just like how you can relate to men,
Yeah.
I
okay. So just like I can relate to men,
women.
so you can't relate. So I want you to understand. This is what she wants to try to say. I'm supposed to relate to women, and it's supposed to be my responsibility to relate to women. But you're a 43-year-old woman, and you don't have any responsibility to relate to men. Thank you very much. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Cannot make it up. Cannot make it up. I said it on the Clubhouse podcast, and I say it again. One-way aggression has been the rule in the Black community for my entire lifetime. It's over. You cannot feel for men. You can't empathize with men. Then stop asking men to feel and empathize for women. Thank you. Come again. Guys, you're man not, remember? You don't have feelings. Your hopes and desires and everything else, hey, you don't count. You're just a penis in a wallet. That's it. Didn't you know? And if that's not you, you're punk. You're weak. You're not man enough. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You're a beta male. You've heard all this, right? Mm-hmm. But what women are not used to doing is the kind of men they say they want. These men want something too. Like it or not, we see how you talked about other guys, and guess what? You talk about the guys who are socioeconomically better, just a little bit less bad. Because if men could get the kind of treatment they wanted by earning more money, oh, that's a broadcast for another day. What ladies are going to have to realize is that you have been groomed in a place to where you've got one side of the narrative. And I'm not going to let you just lie on me. You told that woman to go back. Go ahead, Lex. Hi, do you have a dispute? How old are you? You're a little bit young for this discussion, but go ahead. What's your dispute? I mean, at 22 years old,
probably not even on topic.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to ask that if you're going to have a dispute, theoretical disputes really have no place here. Let's do this. Do. Uh, Go ahead and unmute yourself, Miss Marie. Just a second. How old are you? What's your dispute?
Alrighty. So I was married at 23 and my ex-husband cheated on me. My divorce was just went through last Monday. And even though I'm not ready to get back on the dating
What's your dispute?
field yet, I disagree on the fact that if you want to be with a high quality man, you have to accept that he would have affairs. And
Hold on. First off, I did not say that. I said if it's good enough for Beyonce, it should be good enough for you.
Do you think there's a healing process that has to be done?
No. I let you speak. You're 25 years old, and you were married at 23. Ma'am, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but do you honestly think? Well, let's ask some questions first. Was your husband a high earner?
No, sir.
All right. We're talking about men who are higher earners.
Mm-hmm.
Did your husband cheat on you?
Not physically, online, and still I couldn't.
So that's an answer would be yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not a higher earner. What do you think is likely to happen with men that other women find economically attractive, physically attractive, just like you would?
Most likely he will be tempted to have an affair.
And you have a choice to make. If you have that man and that lifestyle, children and everything else, you can choose to either deal with it if it happens, or you can choose to walk away and divorce, like that other woman I just talked to 3 callers back, who's out here trying to figure out what about the dating scenario. Which one would you rather? Would you rather try to work the issues in your marriage, or would you rather be a divorcee out here with kids trying to see if you can land, get lightning in the bottle again?
If he's willing to work on the marriage, and I feel like there's healing that has to happen, and he has to be
if he's willing to work on the marriage, I get what you're trying to say, man. But understand something: men are men, and you ladies, what we have done effectively is we've told women that men are women, and we're not. And what I'm trying to get women to understand is you've been sold a fantasy that there's Prince Charming and there are no Prince Charming. Life is trade-offs. Ma'am, if you honestly feel like you need to have a husband that's going to be completely monogamous and loyal to you, that's fine, ma'am. Then you need to make sure you marry a man that you're willing to do whatever it takes to keep him at home. Fine. Do whatever it takes to keep him at home. And if being attracted to other women is a concern for you, get a man that only you find attractive. But see, the problem is most women want men that other women want. Most women want men most women want men who are economically viable. And so here's the thing. Real talk, most women want loyal alphas, and that is a French toast fantasy. There are no loyal alphas.
So you don't think he exists? Someone
there
that
are no
would be handsome,
loyal alphas are a fantasy.
Okay. So
why would they be?
As women, we just have to accept that
you don't have to accept shit. Don't get married by a dog. You don't have to accept nothing. You don't have to see, that's the beautiful thing about being a free person. You don't have to accept nothing by a dog.
I don't want a dog. I want a man.
Well, guess what? Then we control access to relationships. You control access to sex. And the more money a man has, is the more economically viable, the higher his value, the more options he has. And it's on you to do like Beyonce. Get up there and show your work, do everything else. If Beyonce could do it, Beyonce got more money and is hotter than any of y'all. And look at all what she had to do for her husband. See, that's why I find funny. Every one of y'all in this Zoom call, ain't none of y'all on Beyonce's level. And Beyonce went over. No, you ain't.
I said never.
I
We
know.
would never be.
And the thing is, look at what she was willing to do to get and keep her man. And y'all, and I'm sitting back debating with a bunch of women who aren't on her level, talk about how I couldn't do it. That's why she is who she is and what she got, and that's why you guys got what you got. End of show.
True.
Yes, you can't. You can't. You just can't overcome. Like, well, damn, he's right. Exactly. Exactly. Show your work, ladies. Show your worth. If it's good enough for Beyonce. All right, we're gonna look in the super chats real quick, and we're gonna come back to the Zoom because ladies are pissed. How dare you say that? Beyonce's making us look all bad out here. Beyonce got us out here looking bad. Beyonce like, y'all better buy my next single and get out of here. Blue Ivy needs her own jet. If y'all don't get out here and buy my next single, me and Jay need to go have a wing built on the Louvre. If y'all don't go out here and buy my stuff, I ain't trying to hear all this stuff. All the single ladies. Jay Canella, what's going on? All the single ladies. He makes money off y'all single self. Beyonce out like, put your hands up. Ain't no ring on that finger. What's going on, Nate? Beyonce like, put your hands up. She's looking out there in the crowd. Look at all them hands up with no rings on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it like mine. All y'all in the front row, all up in VIP seating, all coming in there. Ooh, I sure likes me some Beyonce. Come on, girl. And be doing that dance with twerking and all this other stuff. Go on, Beyonce. I love it when she pop her hair. Ooh, Queen Bee. And she just singing, sweat flying, dances. Because Beyonce's dancing all the way to the bank, back to her husband. Here you go, Jigga. There you go, baby. I'm going to go in here and make you some French toast. Yeah, that's what she doing all the way, just laughing. These women just be buying this stuff like I'm really seeing it. Can't they see with their own eyes? I mean, I know they got all that lashes and stuff on, but I've been married for 20 years and I'm telling them to be single and all this other stuff, but I've been married. I got 3 kids. Why are they not understanding? They still buy it. It still work, don't it? Yeah, well, we're going to keep doing it. If your shot is working, keep going to the hole. If it's working, keep doing it. Beyonce gonna be out there 70 years old. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Gonna be a whole new group of women running out there. You Queen Bee, yeah. All the ladies, independent, and there's gonna be somebody in the back saying, y'all don't realize this woman just celebrated her 50th wedding anniversary? She been married 50 years, and y'all still dancing to the 2008 hit. Huh. I guess they don't care. I guess they just don't care. Yeah, Beyonce is the schniznit. Red Bull, it's not liquor. All right, Patricia. Patricia got a disagreement. I guess he's like, I just disagree. Beyonce is. Oh Lord, you got a disagreement too. Go ahead, Bree, Yana. Unmute yourself. Hello. How old are you? What's your disagreement?
Agreement is basically the whole thing, just basically saying that we would have to be on Beyonce's level, but I would want you to explain that a little bit more.
Hold on. First off, you asking me to explain something you don't remember how old you are. That ain't what I said.
Yeah, because it was
Are you married?
unexpected that you
Are you
picked me.
married?
No, sir.
All right. Nope. Do you want to be married?
Maybe eventually.
Well, then, if you don't want to be married, what's the point? Why do I need to explain something to a woman that doesn't want to be married?
I said maybe eventually. I didn't say.
No, but if you don't want to be married, why do I need to explain it to you? At 28
I
years
just want
old,
to be informed about
I'm not gonna play with you. If you don't want to be married, I'm not gonna sit around and play with you. I got other things to get to. Take that bonnet off your head and go on somewhere. Go play with your dog. I'm not I'm not a toy. Carry your ass on somewhere. Go ahead, Patricia. Now look at that goofy ass woman up there. Just looking like one of the Cosby kids. Hey, but maybe we got to explaining what you be talking about with the Beyonce thing. Jar Jar Binks sister ass looking. Hello. Fuck you, nigga. Yeah, okay. Hello. Hold on. Who raised? Oh, come on, Candy. Come on, Candy. Who raised? Oh, Candy. I told your mama I was gonna leave the money on the counter. Shit, Candy. I'm sorry. Did they turn the lights off again? I told your mama I was gonna leave the money on the counter, but I forgot. Come on, Candy. What you say? Candy mad, y'all. I told your mama I was gonna leave the money on the counter. Did she not buy your books? Huh? I didn't hear you. What you say? You gotta unmute yourself. You gotta say again. What? I told your mama I was gonna leave the money on the counter. I told your mama I was gonna leave the money on the counter. Oh, okay. See, if you're gonna come in here, you're gonna have to come in here correct. You wanna talk shit, you're gonna have to talk shit correct. She sound like you can hear the cholesterol in her voice. Come on. Water your big ass back to the microphone. Come on, Candy. Smells like candy. I can see you. My car cost $175,000. Big Shirley, that you? Yeah, go. Big Shirley, that you? See, her car cost $170,000, but she on YouTube angry at midnight. If you don't get your big ass out of here.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it!
Oh, look at them. They all in here just so angry. Just so angry. And guess what? All you angry candy chicks just make me more successful. You know why? Because every time you come in here acting a damn fool, when I'm using facts, data, statistics, anything that anybody with any common sense can verify with their own eyes, and they see your irrational level of anger, hate, when you get in here and make a gosh darn fool out of yourself, you only go to further validate everything that I and men like myself have been saying for the longest. And the best part about it is you do it for the world to see. They see a man who's talking like this and showing these, and all you come in is with shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right insults. And the world is saying, well, damn, I guess they do make a point. If you want to win, beat the argument. Because the shit that you're doing ain't working. She mad, boy. She hostile. If I could get a hold of him, I would just See, people who really got a dispute have the balls to actually get on camera and say something. Nah. Yeah. So here's what we're doing. I'm cleaning out the chat room. Because this is what they come in and they think they're going to get it. You know, that's the closest a big ass and got to a salad, you know, since she was in elementary. Go ahead, Miss Taylor. Unmute yourself. Big Shirley and the croutons. Hello. I'm well. What you got for me? Okay. Well, okay. Well, what do you got? What do you mean the wording? Right. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? What do you mean? You feel a person that you feel is just as valuable as you are? Uh-huh. Right. But she couldn't make that decision. She couldn't make that decision until she got the partnership agreement. They dated for 7 years before she got the title of wife. She had to earn that from him. It was not given. So, so my hold on. So you ladies say it may be it could be, you know, the wording. No matter how I word it, the actions are visible. Everybody sees what Beyonce has done in regard to Jay-Z and her marriage and her relationship. They live a life that's public. So I don't understand the issue with the wording as much as what it is. She muted herself. Unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Public, but only so much of it is public. We don't know the behind.
Well, I mean,
scenes.
come on, ma'am. I mean, we don't know about anybody except ourselves. So that's really a distinction without a difference.
Very true. And okay, so that's not so much what I want to talk about. If it's okay, I am still saying that yes, I'd go through something like that for someone I feel.
What do you want to talk about?
What I wanted to ask you is because I'm actually divorced. Well, not divorced, but I'm out of a marriage. It was never finalized, but it was still a marriage. We went through that process. Okay. So now that I'm single, and this is newer for me, dating. You know, I'm going to say dating.
Can we get to the question, please? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get you to get to the question.
Sure. Okay. What would be your advice for a woman? I'm 30 and I do have 2 children. And a lot of the things that you bring up that
question. What is the question? You're not asking the question, ma'am. You just give me a bunch of background. I need the question.
I got you. Maybe I don't have a question, but I
appreciate it. All righty then. All right. Just diarrhea at the mouth. I mean, go ahead. Hello, how are you? What's your disagreement? You need to stay still on the microphone. You're starting to go in and out.
A workout person.
She's still a woman.
I mean?
She's still a woman. She's still a woman.
She's still a woman. Perfect.
Before Beyonce had a team behind her, she still had to make a choice. See, ma'am, I get what you're about to say. Mm-hmm. She has an entire team behind her. There are women who have teams who chose not to move the way she does. Talk to me about how she interacts with her man.
Okay, but even when we do that, she has so much money behind her so that she's able to get so much counseling, therapy in order to her.
No. Talk to me about how she interacts with her man, not her money. How she interacts with her man.
The money has a lot to do
No, it
with
doesn't.
because she
In your
has so
mind,
many
it does.
people.
In your mind, it does. See,
She has so many.
no. First off, you can't overtalk me. No, it doesn't. She chose to show her worth to her man, earn his ring, and continue to reinforce her, earn her value. So, you're minimizing what she's did with her man and saying it's because of money. What does money have to do? Because so let's use your logic. Then women who are multimillionaires should all be acting like Beyonce towards their husbands. If it's just the money.
That's not what we're talking about here. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way she can, how she's able to do that is because
she's able to do it because she chose to be a woman to a man.
Right, but listen to this.
No, ma'am, I'm not going to. No. You keep going to the fact that her money is doing something. She chose to be a helpmate and support to her man first.
Which is true. That's very true.
Then talk to me about that, because you coming in talking about her money and her team and her support system is not changing how she has chosen to govern herself with her man.
I understand what you're coming from, but can you hear what I'm coming from? She didn't get Jay-Z until she was able to be famous and up to this standard.
That's not true. That's not true. That is not true. That is not okay, man. First of all, stop. First of all, how old are you?
Me, I'm 23.
All right. I don't think you're really versed enough to have this conversation because Beyonce and Jay-Z been together most of your life.
Right.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
But
Beyonce,
Jay-Z wasn't with her.
no. See, this is why you young ladies need to listen. Jay-Z got Beyonce when she was 20.
Right.
20. She started out when she was 15.
Well, she had money.
Don't you think you're gonna raise your motherfucking voice to me? I don't know who you think you're talking to. I would check that shit every time. You may be big enough to whoop a nigga's ass, but you can't whoop mine. Now you can either act like you got some sense, or I'm gonna bid you a good night. Unmute yourself. I don't know why you think you're gonna yell at me, man. That ain't gonna work. You're not grown. But see, the thing is, ma'am, you don't get passionate and start yelling at a man at 23 when I'm 51. That's all kind of wrong. Can you at least admit that? All right, go ahead.
And it kind of like doesn't make sense to me because I understand and I love your show on most of the topics. But when we talk about people like Michelle Williams and
what you're not understanding, young lady, is you think it's her money and her resources to overcome all the issues. No, she had to make a decision to use all of those resources. If let's just say she does have all those resources, she could still choose not to use them. Why? If that's the case, why didn't Beyonce just divorce Jay-Z and leave at the first time she heard he cheated? She's got plenty of money. Why didn't she do that?
Because she has so many resources. I'm trying to tell you. If any woman had all this money, enough to get this many counselors, this many trainers.
She had enough money to why? So she stayed because she has money.
She has a reputation for herself.
So
she
ma'am,
has money.
Okay, she stayed because she has money.
She has money. She has a reputation of hold.
Okay, but but her money, it would be her money. She would have money whether she was there or not. True or false?
Right, it's true.
True. Okay, so the money is not the point.
Right,
She
and
has
that's
a
not what I'm trying to.
reputation. You think her reputation would have been better for staying with a cheating husband as Queen Bee, or worse for staying with a husband as Queen Bee?
It would be worse.
So thank you. Your argument makes no sense, even according to what you're saying.
It does make sense.
I'm not going back and
I'm
forth.
trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not going back and forth. Yeah, 23. She's too young. Zero sense. None. That's why I'm like, it's all because of her money and her team and her brand. Beyonce took a hit with women, especially progressive, feminist leaning women. How many people were telling her she should leave your husband, da da da, you're Queen Bee, you ain't got all the money. And she said no. What's sad is so many modern women are willing to throw away and break your family, break your marriage, and get back out here and try to find another situation. And the reason is many of you ladies think that it's as simple as going back out here. I got him, I can get another one. And my show, if nothing else, had shown that women in mass tend to believe that because I've gotten this once, I can do it again. And you've gotten older, you've got kids, you got all this other stuff. We have told women, or women have been allowed to believe that your value increases with experience. And it does not to the market. It increases to your family, to your man, but back out on your market, you're older and used. So, all right, we're gonna do a few more calls. Jessica, go ahead. Jessica, how old are you? What's your disagreement?
That if Beyonce didn't feel, I think her feelings for the person is why she stayed. Like, I think that the way, okay, the years, right? You said that they were together for all these years. I know that before we even knew, when I say we, I'm talking about society. Before we even knew that Beyonce and Jay-Z were a thing, they had been a thing. And he wasn't open about it. She wasn't open about it. So I feel like she stayed not really for tangible things per se. Like, I don't know that another man that was making that much money could do that same thing to her. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Nope.
like it's more, go ahead.
Okay. So she stayed with him because she loves him.
Not just loves him. I think that she's loyal. Like, I think she stayed with him.
Okay,
because
but there's a difference. But see, the difference is you said because of her feelings and you were going down this romantic path. And I just put it in very simple words. You said she stayed because she loves him. Then you putting in loyalty. Loyalty is a choice.
Right.
Love is not.
Right, but I said because of the time, right? Because they had been together way before we even knew. So that's where the loyalty part is.
She chose. Can she choose to be loyal?
Yes,
Can
absolutely.
she choose to not be loyal?
Absolutely.
Then time has nothing to do with it. It's a choice.
So can I ask you a question?
No, after I go ahead and make my point, what you ladies don't seem to understand is being with a person is a choice. It's not about love. It's not about, it's a choice. You choose to stay together. You choose to work it out. You choose every day. You choose to die to yourself and become something greater. We used to understand that, but now we got a 50+% divorce rate, and women, the feeling ones of the group, are walking away from their families and breaking relationships and marriages at an 80% rate when it happens, because you're not choosing to stay. You're choosing to leave. Go ahead.
So my question is, why do you believe she stayed?
because she made a choice. She's, in my opinion, she says, I am better with Jay-Z than I am by myself. I have more value with Jay-Z than I have alone.
So do you think she made that choice before marriage, during the marriage? Like, when do you think that choice
It
was
doesn't
made?
matter. I can't know, but I say that she put in 7 years before they got married anyway. Why'd your grandmother stay with your grandfather? Your great grandmother stay with your great grandfather.
Because she said the problems that she know is better than the problems that she don't.
Exactly, but modern women are too weak. You run at the first sign of trouble, or when you're not happy, or when the sunshine doesn't come up, when it's not raining gumdrops and shit, and always think you can just go back to the store and get another man off the value tree, and you're finding out that that shit doesn't work. Beyonce is pretty, but she is not the most gorgeous woman in the world. There are women far more attractive than Beyonce. Kelly Rowland is more attractive than Beyonce. It's a choice. And what many women are coming to grips with is many of you are walking away from relationships that should work, but you're choosing to not die to self and do something else. So I love it when all these people, well, you're single. Most men don't walk away. Why are relationships failing today, Jessica? Because women are failing in them. Uh-oh.
No, that's true. I know that most divorces are filed. The petitioner is the woman. So the woman is the one that walked
You
away.
can't make a person stay when they want to leave in a free country. You can't force someone. We have a free country. So when people are like, you're divorced and you're this, you're that, you can't make these women. That's why men are saying, I'm not doing this, or they're going to get with somebody from another culture or trying to do something different. Because women today, you have all the choices to stay or go, and the priority today for most women is themselves. Thank you. I would say this too. I would tell men what they think they deserve by their attitude and their appearance. Look at how many women are walking around today. Almost 187, almost 200 pounds of 5'4". All this different color hair. Most women are walking around giving men the ultimate middle finger, saying, this is all you did. This is what you deserve. And you should take me as I am and treat me like a queen and a goddess. Nope. It's not working. Not gonna be able to do it. All right, Jody. Hello. How old are you? 28. What do you got for me? What's your disagreement?
Oh, I'm not saying I have a disagreement. I just have a quick thing to say so I can get off your video real quick. Your thing was, if it's good enough for Beyonce, yes, it's good enough for me. It was good enough for my mother, because I grew up watching her. Well, I've seen the situations with her and my dad, but she still stayed. My dad married her with 2 kids, which doesn't happen a lot, but she made it happen. And I look at their situation and I think, just because they didn't have it all, that was the best situation that she was in, she stayed.
Hey, Jody.
And they've been married for more than 20 years.
Appreciate it,
Yep.
but raising your hand was supposed to be for disagreements. Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure, because we have people who have disagreements. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Last round of disagreement questions. Last round. Ladies, I used a story and a person that everybody can see. They're public enough, and they've got a 20-year track record. How many women have married and divorced? How many famous women have married and divorced in the 20-year time frame that they have been together? How many? Countless. Countless. Kim and Kanye, even with his woohoo, they're on the outs. Like it or not, the couples that decide to stay and work are the ones we admire. But it is a choice. That's why I said that one video. F attraction, F love. A relationship is a choice. And women have been sold a Disney Hallmark greeting card fantasy. I showed you last week how Cosmopolitan magazine sold free love, delayed marriage, and the sexual carousel to women in order to sell you products. Go look at the video. You've been lied to. The women who sold you these lies, and there's less than 60 people who put all this together, all are married and they were rich based upon selling you a lie. And it's sad when 1 out of 4 Black women will get married. And when you honestly can have Black women, the least married group of women on the planet, who arguably 80% in our community have weight issues. It's as nice as I can put it. And 1 in 4 can expect to marry in their lifetime. And you can have women there laugh at the notion of getting with an average man. Think about what I just said. You can have women in this group honestly think that average men, median income earning men, are beneath them. So much so that they can openly laugh at them. Propaganda work. They've effectively put you in the machine to work you to death, and you end up dying alone. You end up going all the way through. And then when you finally catch a clue, after 35 or 40, it's too late for many of you. And now you gotta work at 40, 50, 60 hours a week because you don't have your youth or your fitness. You know how many women I know who are in their mid to late 30s who hate their jobs, but because they don't have a husband who they can rely on, even an average earning husband, that means there's somebody else to work with. You got to do it all by yourself. That means your health has to stay up. Everything. You break an ankle like I did and you couldn't do nothing for 12 weeks. You need people. Life is about relationships. So when this OnlyFans economy, which is a bubble economy, is starting to implode, now you're going to start seeing more women become bartenders. Get that liquor license. You're going to start to see more women getting their Niecy Nash on because men are like, I'm not going to do it. Look around, people. It's happening. And when I ask Miss Average, anytime I ask any of these women, why can't you just get an average man? Well, I feel like in order to respect the man, he got to do this or do that. And I'm like, okay, well, if you can have such a harsh outlook on most men, I find no problem having the same harsh outlook upon the things that men value. If you can look down on a man who ain't 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, 6-pack, college degree, right kind of job, right kind of this, right kind of that. If you can look upon that and laugh, then you should understand that the men that you want laugh back when they look at the women who say, I deserve a high value man. If you ladies could honestly see some of the emails, messages I get when I speak to these men in the real world, they're like, this woman, you know what I mean? Often guys will be like, this woman sent me a message on Tinder or Bumble. This woman shot her shot on Instagram. Men, these dudes are offended when some of these women send messages. I would tell you personally, I have been. I've had women send me stuff shooting their shot. I'm like, what about me said you and I matched? You 315 pounds. Shooting my shot. And then, if you don't respond, you must be gay. You was gay anyway. Wait a minute. You bigger than Fat Albert. And because I didn't respond or I said no thank you, oh, you gotta be gay. Whoa, okay. So what's the flip of that? Dude making minimum wage at 7-Eleven goes and hollers at an Instagram baddie. And she says, no, thank you. No, thank you. And he slaps her. Thank you. Now y'all starting to get it. But you say he just a friend. You say he just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. It's late. Oh, on Instagram, by the way, I put it up on my Instagram timeline. If you're an influencer or a model and you got that look, when I go on Instagram on Tuesdays and Thursdays, yeah, it's time to start putting up, having conversations. Now, I'm not gonna be doing all that twerking and bikini and all that. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be class. It's gonna be good. But yeah. So let's see, somebody else wants to come in. Oh, I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, pigs, hams. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Wanda. All right. She's not unmuting herself. Going once. Wanda. What is that? Her name is Shawanda. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, hams, rams, chicken, pigs, turkeys, hogs, dogs, hogs, moths. First name. How old are you? 21? And you have a disagreement? Okay. Nope. It's disagreement time. All right. It's 1 o'clock. Ladies, the rules are the rules. So, I think this is a good show. I think this was a good show. And I think it's something that women are going to have to look at. I think it's something that women know and understand. That Beyonce, Queen B, is a woman that does not need any introduction. That people around the world know. You've seen their history. You've seen them go from here to there. And everything I said, she showed her worth. She showed her worth, and she showed it for a long time. She earned her ring, and she continues to earn her ring. He's dated a man for years, seen him exclusively, visibly and publicly supported him and his endeavors, evolved her persona and image around him, sang his praises, all before she ever got married. After marriage, she did all those things, and she bore his children and rapidly got back into shape and remained classy and faithful amid all the allegations of cheating, and willingly gave him 100% access to every dime she's ever earned, open booked. And she did all of this with a smile, a great figure, great attitude. She's going to go down in history as one of the greatest divas of all time, because unlike most divas, she is a married woman. Many divas don't spend their lifetime or their career married. And if it's good enough for Queen B, it should be good enough for you. She looks better. She's got more money. She's more talented, more accomplished. She's more. Kryptonite. She's kryptonite to female foolery. And it bothers some women so much to where they're going to call in and get upset. This comment section is going to be lit. Understand something. I've also said this about my content. If you want to use my content, you need to send an email, ask permission. Don't just think you can just go and use it just because you want to. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, there are channels that are gone right now, and copyright strikes are being issued. I don't send out warning letters. Make your own content. Earn your own stripes like the rest of us. Or deal with the consequences. Good stuff. Beyonce, if it was good enough for Beyonce, it's good enough for you. Maybe. And if you don't want to be Beyonce, well, you know, maybe you could just choose to be the side chick. Side chick yourself to a high value man. That way you get all the benefits and none of the downsides. Oh, they're going to be mad at me. Oh, well, until next time. Peace. We are gone. Side chick to the high value man. Side value hot chick. Side chick. We can sing out tomorrow. Look at Beyonce. She like Beyonce dancing the Good Lies. I got a man. I got a man. I got a husband. I got a family. Y'all single as French toast. Y'all single as French toast. Y'all single as French toast. Go on, Beyonce, tell him. Y'all single as French toast. Y'all single as French toast. I got a man. I got children. I got money. I got a brand. I got a business. I got a waist. I got collarbones. I got hips. I got lips. I got weave. I got love. I got a family. And I got a dog too. Hey, just no PhD in this piece. Woof, woof. Beyonce. Beyonce is your new queen. She's not the queen of average, though. And Beyonce say, where's Jigga? Jigga back there. Kiss the ring. I got a man. I got a man. I got a man. Hey, I got a man. I got a man. I got a man. I got a man. She got a man. Where is your husband? What does he have to say? I have a man. And you single women don't. Mm-hmm. I got a husband. And I won't die alone like you hizzos. I got a husband. And you single women don't. Mm-hmm. And that means that I won't die alone. But you hizzos will. Peace.